We have looked at isometric before. An isometric involves drawing a horizontal line and a vertical line that cross at 90 degrees. We normally draw a crate when we start an isometric, and what I intend to do today is actually draw a Bauhaus dock project by drawing a crate. Okay? So, first thing to do is think about breaking the space into 3 and then drawing a line that crosses those points. Then you try and make a line coming up here at 30 degrees that is symmetrical with that line. And then you try and create a square on the end. So here I am tracing over the line but not touching it to draw another line. Then I try and make this distance the same as this distance. So I put another vertical line here. So if I copy over that line, I can go and do it like this. Okay? Now, most bow docks are going to be more rectangular than perfectly square. As in other words, the width might be a little bit longer than the length of the side, because if it holds an iPad, for example, it's going to be longer. So I'm going to go for that idea, and I'm just going to extend this line a little bit further, and this line I'm going to trace over and take like that. And the same here, I'm going to trace that line and take that one that way. So in isometric, all the lines remain parallel. Okay, that's important. Have any of you tried perspective? No? You have? And what happens in perspective? The lines start to what? Merge together, yeah, in a vanishing point. So let's now decide on the width of our Bauhaus dock. So I'm going to draw another vertical line in here, which traces that line. Another line here that's parallel there. Okay, so now I'm going to figure out 2 crates for my 2 sides. So I'm going to put a thin piece in here and a thin piece there. Again, copying the line that's next to it, and there and there. Okay, that comes down. This comes across, following that line. And this line then should meet that line going that way. So those are the 2 ends to my project. Now let's say I was doing a triangle and a square, it's fairly easy. Let's say the triangle is on this side, I find the center of this line and I put a mark going across following this, and then I take it down to this corner and I take it down to the opposite corner, and then I copy it again from that point to that corner, and there's my triangle. Well, luckily enough, my square is already done. What I need to do now is draw in the 2 middle pieces. If I draw a vertical line, maybe just off the center, so if we said we draw a vertical line in the center and then one about halfway between the center and the side, and then from about that point, just a little bit below, we draw a line in, and then we make another line parallel to that, and then we draw a line vertical, so we meet a 90-degree angle there, like so. So that's the back piece, and then we have a piece in front of that which looks like this. Okay, so then we start to take those lines across like so to these lines, and across there, and then across there like that. And those are the middle pieces. And I'm going to use a technique called thick and thin line technique to make these lines stand out. So when I can see one side of the line, it's dark. When I can see 2 sides of the line, it remains nice and thin. So to repeat that, it becomes dark and thick when I can only see one side of the line. When I can see 2 sides of the line, it's thin. And what you'll start to see now is the crate will start to disappear, the faint lines, construction lines around the outside, as I start to make it stronger and thicker in these places. So remember, those were that's the back piece, and then there's a gap to hold the phone, and then we have some lines going across, as we could just see maybe underneath slightly. And there's 2 things we need to add, and those are the dowels that hold the 2 pieces of wood together. So if we draw a small box like this and draw an oval inside, And the same about here on this side. When we draw an oval inside, that's drawn in isometric.
Thank you very much. Please switch off.